Today we're going to be talking about what a Tidewater is with a VA loan. So Tidewater is one of the things I have the most questions on from people, especially realtors, because they're not familiar with them. So here's the deal. So first off, let's start off with a couple VA 101 on appraisals. All lenders order the VA appraisal through the VA portal. That is number one. So sometimes I'll hear from realtors, oh, well, my lender only uses appraisers I approve of. Not with VA. Nope. The lenders have zero choice. And in reality, they're not supposed to be choosing appraisers just you like to begin with, but zero choice. Everything goes through the VA portal. Now, in my experience, VA appraisers are actually some of the most talented appraisers in the country. They have rigorous examinations they have to pass. The level of their work has to be almost flawless. Like, they are very talented appraisers. So, okay, we order it through the VA portal, and if the appraiser thinks the value is going to come in lower than the purchase price, they issue what is known as a Tidewater. Yes. The name, why? I don't know, guys. I guess it's an interesting name, right? Because you're like, Tidewater, what does this even mean? But the bottom line is what happens is the appraiser notifies the lender that there is a Tidewater. And we notify both generally the buyers and the listing agent, always at least the buyer's agent, depending on how the communication and the transaction is. Sometimes the buyer's agents want to be the ones to tell the listing agent, et cetera, et cetera. So we notify at least the buyer's agent that, hey, there's a Tidewater, we need some comps to support the value. And the appraiser doesn't give you a copy of the appraisal at this point. They don't tell you what comps they're using at this point. They don't tell you what the purchase price is at this point that they're coming up with. They just say, I have to issue a Tidewater. And that's everyone's way of knowing, hey, look, the appraiser thinks this is going to be short. We need to justify our value. So once that Tidewater's issue, it's very important to the agents, and the agents should always have a conversation as to who's providing the comps. Is it going to be the buyer's agent? Is it going to be the seller's agent? Who's going to provide the data that the appraiser uses? So you really want to make sure you guys have that conversation, because sometimes I'll hear, well, I thought the buyer's agent was doing it. Well, I thought the listing agent was doing it, and no one's done it. So it's important to know that we need this as quickly as possible. We generally have up to 48 hours. I like to get it back within 24 hours because I want to get that appraisal back as quickly as possible. And the only way I'm going to get the appraisal back is if I respond to the Tidewater issue, right? So if you're a realtor, you guys want to figure out who's responding. And then the stuff that you can respond with would be additional comps, right? Perhaps the appraiser, something sold that maybe they missed. It's important to realize, though, that the appraiser is going to look at comps that are from the date that they went out and prior. They're not going to look at comps that came after they went out. Okay, that's number one. Number two, they're going to look at like properties. So sometimes I'll see agents send, houses when it's a condo, or stuff that just isn't really a comparable sale. An appraiser is just going to kick that out. And I know that realtors are not appraisers, but generally when they're coming up with their price to both list the house or to buy the house, they are looking at some comparable sales to come up with that price. And that's what the appraiser's looking for. He's basically saying, hey guys, this is going to come in low unless I'm missing something. Can you please let me know if I'm missing something? Perhaps there's upgrades to the house. Maybe it's all new wood floors. Maybe there's a new heating system. Maybe there's all these things. So it's really important that the realtors work together to figure out how to present the house in its best light. Okay? Now, what I run into on my side is sometimes I have people that are like, well, I can't do this without the appraisal. And it's like, it's not the way it works. So I'm really sorry, but they want to see how you're justifying your price now. This isn't a guaranteed rate thing. This is a VA Tidewater thing. The other thing that I'll sometimes hear is, well, I gave the appraiser comps before he came to the house. Well, if you gave the appraiser comps before he came to the house, he reviewed those and he still sees a problem. So it's time to dig deeper. What else do I hear? Why do I have to do this? It's the appraiser's job. Okay, that's like the appraiser, it is his job to do the appraisal, but he's giving you a chance to show him something to support the purchase price that you're in. And that's what I think a lot of people don't understand about VA. And I think Tidewater is actually a huge benefit. I wish that we had it on conventional loans. It would be amazing. With a conventional loan, if the appraisal is going to come in low, it just comes in low. And then we're like, oh God. And then we go to, all the different things that I'm going to talk about tomorrow with you guys, who's gonna lower their price? Who's gonna up their price? Can we dispute it? All that stuff. The beautiful thing about VA is they actually give the agents a heads up and a chance to make that appraisal come in at value by just providing more data before hitting them with a low appraisal. And I think that is a huge benefit. And the realtors that I know that do a ton of VA, they love it too, because they're like, okay, maybe he missed something. Let's get him the upgrades. Let's get her the comps. Let's get all this stuff, and let's see what we can do for value. So Tidewater is not the end of the world. We're going to see more and more of them as we continue into 2021 because of how rapidly markets across the country are moving. So it's important to note that if you guys are buying a house and you get hit with a Tidewater, it is not the end of the world. The realtors need to do some work, and then when the appraisal comes in, we can determine the next steps. So I just wanted to do this quick video because I know realtors often don't know what to do with the Tidewater. Buyers are worried, everyone's worried, but the basics are just provide as much information as you can to the lenders so we can get it back to the appraiser so that hopefully we can turn that short appraisal into a full appraisal. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys are doing really well.